Hello and welcome to SML Primetime, the official Commissioners podcast of the Sim Madden League. I am Primetime 000. We got a 10-minute timer going. Let's talk SML football. Topic number one, the OG strike back. QP playing top of the conference right now in the AFC. Meats playing like the top of the conference right now in the AFC. Tiny, if the season ended today, is in the playoffs. It's just cool to see the OGs in the modern era, the non-plumber era. Some of these guys that have won games, made multiple playoff appearances, won divisions, won Super Bowls back in the day, back when these new breed of players weren't in the SML. Now they're in the modern era and they're proving they could still win in a conference. That's pretty cool to see for guys like Meats, QP, for Tiny. I'm impressed by that. I just want to say, hey, shout out to these OGs that prove, hey, they can still win. They can still fight in this newer, modern, tougher era of SML football. Another topic I want to shout out, KP's promise. Old KP made a guarantee. He has the shadow, or I shouldn't say the shadow, the appearance of being the guy that just wants to have fun and have a good time. But if you pay close attention, the real KP shines through at different times. The real KP is competitive. The real KP likes to know what he's talking about. And the real KP doesn't like looking stupid. KP wants to make the playoffs. He guaranteed it. Right now, I think he's the 7th seed, the 6th or 7th seed. Tug is right on his heels, and Tug took a lot of forced losses. I'm pulling for KP. I think the SML playoffs are better when he's in it. I think he all of a sudden can shake up that AFC, because if you get KP in at number 7 seed, watch out for everybody else who's got the 1 or 2 seed. And I think he can really shake up that conference. Obviously, he's got a Sembardi already this cycle into my first 20-0 stretch. So just watch out. There's a lot of guys, I think, on pins and needles. If KP is back and playing well after 2 really down seasons, watch out for those Colts because KP is not somebody to mess with come playoff time. Now I want to shout out the little guys, man. What better time than to shout out the little guys than on the Commissioner podcast? The ZBDs of the world. ZBD blew me out. He's fighting for a playoff spot. He's doing well. You got to look at a guy like Slice. I think the last time I checked, he was a number 1 in his division. They call it the Weenie Hut division. But he's playing well, nonetheless. You got to look at people like Tiny. I know we just talked about it, but Tiny leading his division. AJ right on his heels. Mike right on his heels. But the guys who don't get a lot of hype, a lot of talk about them, these guys are the backbone of the SML. They play their games. They don't always win. But hey, you better watch out, because any given Sunday, and like I said already with the OG talk and now this, Tiny Titan, if the season of today is in the playoffs, and how cool would that be to see Tiny back in the dance? He was so close last season. He's been improving. That Commanders team had Jaden Daniels. Other than that, no real super exciting guys, in my opinion, to start the cycle. So now we're starting to see him build out his roster. And it's just cool to see for a lot of these players. Hey, we're at halftime of the show, I'm going to say, as you can probably hear my dog barking in the background. I just want to say, at halftime, the halftime show of the Super Bowl has gotten a lot of different opinions. And we're not going to comment on that either way. I don't really care. I think just like anything, whether you watch TV or the news, somebody's going to say something that you already have an opinion on, and it's not going to change your opinion no matter who says it. So whatever. But I just thought back, Super Bowl halftime show. What is my favorite Super Bowl halftime show? And I want you guys in the Discord chat, or maybe in the comments here, if you're not in the league, to comment what your favorite halftime show is. For me, growing up, I am still a big Tom Petty fan. So Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers was a great one. The Springsteen Show was a great one, in my opinion. I enjoyed The Who. That was a good one. Unfortunately, it was back when the Colts played the Saints in the Super Bowl, so that one kind of gives me bad memories. But those are some of my favorite halftime shows, and I just figured, hey, this is a Super Bowl Sunday edition in the NFL, Super Bowl 60 being played today, so why not do a halftime show? And since it's Super Bowl Sunday, what is your favorite Super Bowl memory? Okay, so this is a two-parter, NFL and SML. And again, I would like some participation in the comments and or in chat. If you guys comment on both of these, it'd be great. If one or the other would be fine too. So my favorite Super Bowl memory, NFL. I'm going to give, obviously, the obvious. Colts Super Bowl 41. They beat the Bears. I was in 5th grade. I'll never forget it. Again, in 2007, I hated Tom Brady at the time. So watching the Giants walk down Goliath and win that Super Bowl to beat the undefeated Patriots was special. As I got older, I started to appreciate what Tom Brady had done. And watching that comeback against the Falcons was another great Super Bowl. And in the SML, obviously, my Super Bowl against Sunday Squad, I had lost to him on a fluke Memorial Day miracle play. At the end of the cycle, Andrew Luck's last SML game, because he had retired in real life, I came back and I beat him and defeated him, and that was like my crowning Madden moment. 20-0 is up there. That was a good one. 4th and 16 is another up there for me as well. Non-prime Super Bowl games. I'm going to say the one Dan had against, I think it was Faz. Dan, it was like double overtime thriller. I commentated that game. That was a fun game to watch. Just back and forth. I think Dan was down 2 or 3 scores. He came back and won. That was a good Super Bowl. Woods against QP. Another great Super Bowl. Woods, I think I ran a simulation, and 1,000 times they played my simulation, and 999 times QP had won. But Woods won the one time, and that's all it took. He missed a field goal. He was shaking. We've all seen it in chat. Just a fun game to watch. Those are some just awesome Super Bowl memories I've had over the years. And obviously the NFL season's rounding out here, but the SML cycle is not. And I wanted to say, hey, we go 9 seasons. It's August to August, balls to the wall. And I wanted to touch on that for a second, because people tend to experience burnout. And I think we're all going to at some point, whether it's halfway through, at the end, whenever the case may be, and we're all done. We're ready for a break at the end. But I think we could do a couple simple things here to help reduce the burnout. Number one thing I've gotten better at, and I still get frustrated a couple times when we have back-to-back advances where guys are playing at the last minute. Don't get me wrong, that's a pet peeve of mine too, when it seems like the effort's low. But there's times where it's a longer advance. Instead of getting frustrated about it, just say, hey, you know what? We go August to August, 9 seasons. We're like halfway through right now, literally at the halfway point. Why not just say, hey, I'm going to take this time. Maybe I'm going to be in chat a little bit, or take a little breather, and it's going to be fine. This is actually good for me not to get burnt out, because just play as quick as I can every day. You wonder why you're burnt out in season 6 and you got 3 more seasons to go. Just breathe. It'll be fine. Again, if there's a guy who's constantly the last one every advance, I agree. It's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like it either. But the occasional one here and there, don't get frustrated. Just try to take those little moments here and there. And I think that'll help you not be as burnt out. I've also taken the steps around holidays to have longer advances, just to give us a short breather, because we are intense and we have the content. We do all these things, and I want people to do those things. But I also think it's fine to take a breather and to do what you have to do to be mentally ready for 9 seasons, because it's a big deal in the SML. We go hard. So again, now this is another topic, a commissioner topic. The other one could be considered that too, but we've had some turnover this season. Obviously, Johnny left, Nightcrawler left. I think they're both in primer, and good guys, good members. The unique thing about the SML now is the primer, in my opinion, when I look across the Madden space and the Madden connected franchise sphere, there is not a whole lot of sim leagues like us anymore. We are the last of a dying breed. So the primer, commentating games, filled up all the time, well ran. Well, I admit the primer's a top 5 Madden league. It's a top 5 Madden league. We're number 1, and primer's up there. There's some good ones, and I don't want to disrespect those leagues, but when I say that, I'm saying we have good members there. And in the SML, we shouldn't have primer unless if we're going to use those members and have turnover here. So that's what we're trying to do more of. Obviously, we have old OGs who want to come back here and there, and we had a couple recently. But I say all that to say, if we remove somebody or demote them to primer, so to speak, it's not always a bad thing. That gives them an opportunity to play in a top 5 Madden league. That gives us a chance to stay sharp and make sure the experience is what it should be. Obviously, you guys all know I tend to have more grace than I should, because I want to be treated the same with that grace. But I just say all that to say, we're going to continue that mindset moving forward. We have some good options from Primer still that could be called up and play great in the SML and be great members. And I have some other OGs who want to come back. Guys, I appreciate you watching SML Prime Time. Time is running out. Super Bowl Sunday. I appreciate you watching. Have a great day.